It's an important day today for the high street. Many of the big name retailers publishing their Christmas trading figures. Well, let's speak to the retail analyst, Chris Field, about this. Chris, super duper Thursday. Why is the Christmas period so important for retailers? We've been hearing figures from the likes of Debenhams, ASOS, John Lewis as well, all done really well.
Don't forget Christmas, or as we call it, those last 4 months. That's when retailers do most of their business.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about the week before Christmas when I panic buy, but people are much more prepared, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's very important. It may be an indicator for the rest of the year, but actually it probably isn't. But it is exciting to see how well everyone's done.
Was it predicted, or were people concerned given the current climate?
People are always concerned. You can never call Christmas, and you never will be able to, which is why Twitter's gone alive with exclamation marks today saying, wow, even M&S clothing has done well.
Yeah, that's only the second time in 10 years that they've reported a rise in clothing and homewares, because, you know, in the last 12 months we've been talking about how M&S have been struggling with their clothing range. Sales haven't been great. You know, they've tried various different designers to try and boost sales. Yep. What's been the reason behind the rise, do you think, for these 4 months?
I have to give the credit to a new generation of retailers who are running these businesses. They came up through the businesses and they work for the old brigade, but to be honest, retailing was a little easier to make money in those days. So these guys are a lot tougher.
Because they have to go up against online competitors.
Because retailing, because of us, the consumer, fickle, changeable, networked.
So much more choice now, haven't we?
Exactly, so we're partly to blame, and as you say, all of these different channels. So.
It was interesting about ASOS, wasn't it, that their figures were huge in comparison to more traditional stores like M&S and Debenhams, and that is a sign of things to come. I guess, you tell me.
Yes, online, there's no question. In fact, these figures are really flattered by the online sales, not necessarily as positive in the stores for some retailers. And that's the big challenge now. Retailers are going to have to think, how many stores do I need? What size? Where should they be? How should they be laid out? How many staff do I need? What technology? Big challenge coming now.
So after this Christmas period is over, the results have been announced. How do you then use those figures as a retailer to plan for the year ahead? Because obviously those 4 months in the lead up to Christmas and just after is when the majority of us do all their shopping. I mean, we don't shop as much throughout the rest of the year. So how do we carry on that momentum?
You can't. Things will slow dramatically now, as they always do in retail in January and February onwards. What we want to see now is the full year results in the next few months to see how the whole year is looking. But I'm afraid the elephant in the room is Brexit, costs, all sorts of big challenges that were a problem last year but are going to really hit home this year.
OK, well, interesting to hear from you. Chris Field, independent retail analyst and managing director at Fieldworks Marketing. Of course, everybody would say we're not out of the EU yet, but good news for retailers so far. Thank you.
Pleasure.